guys are popping those on, I will get you a little bit of sleep. Okay? Do you have one more?
We put four on.
Okay. Alright, then here, let me show you the next one. Which one is and the kits that the car that Diane is talking about, I don't know if you were around then, Mark. We actually had leftover pieces from the solar car, so it was a wide, flat piece of balsa, which was really too wide to make a Mousetrap car out of because the axles weren't very stable. And that's where you said how you had to notch out the back to make a placement for the Mousetrap spring. So this is a totally redesigned car, and actually I think we have been using the same car for like 2 years now. And you're all going to get kits to build it. But you can see, Diane, this is really made out of, the chassis itself is made out of 3 different pieces. Okay, so this already has holes drilled for the axles, so you don't have to worry about that.
Oh, yeah.
If you remember the old one, we had to hot glue the straw on the bottom. It really didn't work out too good. Okay, and then a neat thing, actually we came up with this kit. I looked through the Pisco books, saw what they were selling, and said, wow, we could do that for CPEP. So you're going to notice that deliberately we're calling these 2 side pieces side rails and the top you would call it upper support. But you're going to notice in the directions this is offset and that's offset for a reason, because one of the things we're going to do today, I'm going to let you practice around with different length lever arms, which is going to make a total difference, huge difference as far as the performance on CPEP day. And there's a lot of different Mousetrap car competitions. Colleges do them, high school does them. I know I did it at CCSU, and that competition was to build a Mousetrap car for distance. Okay, but for CPEP, the students have to build a Mousetrap car for speed. So the length of the lever arm is going to be a lot different. But we're going to get into that, once you actually start building the car. But today, the main thing that what I want to hopefully teach you guys and girls is, I'm a CPEP teacher. I'm not going to tell you guys anything that's not going to work in the classroom, because I know what it's like. Those kids come in after a whole day of listening to the teachers, and if you think you're going to be, or I think I'm going to be a teacher for another hour, it's not going to work. So usually, if it's a new topic, I try to come up with a PowerPoint presentation. And it's not that great, but if you guys want them, you're welcome to have what I have here. It gives the kids something to look at, something to. I know normally with adults you don't read right off of the PowerPoint screen, but I actually read it to the kids. And then some of the experiments that we do, I really think it makes sense. I was really a hands-on learner. I still am. A lot of things when I read in a book, new things, I'm like, well, wait a minute, I have to try that. So first I would show the students the PowerPoint, which we're going to do. And then the key thing, and I'm always trying to tell the kids, we've been really, really lucky at CPEP Day. We've been very competitive for quite a few years now. And I tell them that the only reason why we're competitive is because we're willing to test. We're willing to build, test, modify, and just keep redoing that. And the new CPEP Day guide, it's got all that, what are they called? Engineering design sheets, okay, and there is some problem solving on those sheets, and there's terminology. But what I really try to get the kids to ask is why? Why? If you build a car, Cheryl, if yours is faster than mine, then why? What did you do different, And if you build the whole car without the whys, breaking it down into smaller parts, it's really difficult to figure out why your car is faster. So what I always have my students do, which I'm going to recommend to you guys, and that's what we're going to do tonight, is first come up with a rolling chassis. Okay, so without the Mousetrap, we're going to use the kits, and we're going to assemble the 2 side rails and the upper chassis support. And I have some tricks to show you how to set up the axles so that they spin pretty well. But we can take a little bit of data here, and I wouldn't be surprised if the Mousetrap that rolls the best, rolling chassis, probably will be the winning Mousetrap car here tonight. Okay, because that's huge. It doesn't matter, you figure. Oh, let me back up for a minute. Let me give you kits first. I'll do that.